Hello, students. I am Gyan from English Magus. Welcome back to another poetry lesson. Today, we'll be exploring The Laburnum Top by Ted Hughes, a poem that beautifully captures the interaction between nature and bird life. Through vivid imagery and subtle symbolism, Hughes gives us a glimpse into the cycle of life. Let's dive into the poem and uncover its meaning. We shall begin by knowing about its poet. Ted Hughes was an English poet and writer renowned for his vivid and powerful use of imagery. Born in Mitholmroyd, Yorkshire, Hughes developed a deep connection to the natural world from an early age, which profoundly influenced his work. He attended Pembroke College, Cambridge, where he studied English, anthropology, and archaeology. Hughes' poetry often explores themes of nature, myth, and the human condition, blending intense emotional depth with striking language. His notable works include The Hawk in the Rain, Crow, and Birthday Letters. Hughes served as the Hughes Poet Laureate from 1984 until his death in 1998, leaving behind a rich legacy of influential poetry. Now, I will recite the entire poem, and then I will explain its stanzas. The laburnum top is silent, quite still. In the afternoon yellow September sunlight, a few leaves yellowing, all its seeds fallen, till the goldfinch comes, with a twitching chirrup. A suddenness, a startlement, at a branch end. Then sleek as a lizard, and alert, and abrupt, she enters the thickness, and a machine starts up, of chitterings, and a tremor of wings, and trillings. The whole tree trembles and thrills. It is the engine of her family. She stokes it full, then flirts out to a branch end, showing her barred face identity mask. Then with airy delicate whistlechirrup whisperings, she launches away, towards the infinite, and the laburnum subsides to empty. Here is the explanation. In the first stanza, Hughes paints a picture of a quiet afternoon scene. The laburnum tree stands still, its seeds fallen, with only a few yellowing leaves left. The description of yellow September sunlight evokes the feeling of late autumn, symbolizing the end of a cycle, perhaps even the stillness of death or dormancy. This quiet scene sets the stage for a sudden transformation. The laburnum tree appears lifeless, yet it is simply waiting for something to happen, hinting at the idea of potential energy. In the second stanza, suddenly, the goldfinch arrives. With its abrupt movements and twitching chirrup, the bird brings life back to the tree. Ted Hughes compares the bird's sleek movements to a lizard, emphasizing its agility and energy. The moment the goldfinch enters the tree, it comes alive. The laburnum tree becomes animated. It trembles and thrills as the bird feeds her young. The sound of wings fluttering and chirping fills the air, like a machine starting up. Hughes uses the metaphor of an engine to describe the flurry of activity that the goldfinch brings to her family nestled within the tree. The goldfinch is the source of energy for the tree, turning it from silent and still to a lively, bustling environment. In the third stanza, as the goldfinch finishes feeding her young, she pauses momentarily at the branch's end, showing her distinct barred face, almost like a mask that gives her identity. It's a brief moment, as she prepares to leave once again. With delicate whispers and chirrups, the goldfinch takes off into the sky, flying towards the infinite, leaving behind the now empty laburnum. The moment she departs, the tree returns to its earlier stillness, subsiding into silence once again. Let's now summarize the key themes of The Laburnum Top. First theme is cycle of life. The poem reflects the constant cycle of life, where moments of activity are followed by moments of stillness. The arrival and departure of the goldfinch mirror the cycles of nature, life, and death. Second theme is symbiosis in nature. The relationship between the laburnum tree and the goldfinch is symbolic of mutual dependence in nature. The tree provides a home for the goldfinch and her family, while the bird brings life and energy to the otherwise silent tree. Third theme is transformation. The poem highlights how a seemingly lifeless object, like the laburnum tree, can be transformed into something vibrant and alive through interaction with another living being. This transformation is temporary but powerful. The tone of the poem is both peaceful and dynamic. It starts with a quiet stillness, builds up to excitement and activity when the goldfinch arrives, and then returns to calm. Ted Hughes captures the subtle beauty of nature's rhythm through this change in tone. Let's take a moment to discuss the symbolism in this poem. The laburnum tree represents life's stillness and quiet moments, but also its readiness for change. The goldfinch symbolizes energy, vitality, and the driving force that brings life to otherwise quiet spaces. The engine suggests that even in nature, there is a mechanical rhythm, a life force that powers the survival of species. In conclusion, The Laburnum Top by Ted Hughes is a beautiful metaphor for life's cycle of activity and rest, vibrancy and quiet. It shows us that even in moments of stillness, life is waiting to burst forth, and even when life departs, the silence that follows is part of the natural rhythm. Thank you for joining me today as we explored this intricate poem. If you found this explanation helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more poetry lessons like this. And if you have any questions or thoughts, drop them in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. See you next time.